So today I'm going to show you a deck I built for Pokemon. And yeah, what I'm going to do for this is I'm going to show you what cards are in this deck, and then I'm going to show you maybe a test and maybe show you how you would set up with this deck, just in case anyone ever wants to build it and play in a tournament. I don't suggest if you're a new player going out and straight going, let's buy this deck. Because number one, it will be a little expensive, because there are a couple cards in here that are a little on the more expensive side. But also, you'll be very complicated for you to learn, and you might not like it, and then you might think the game's a waste. But it's not. And that's really all I have to say about it. I'm trying to think of anything else. But yeah, don't go get this. Also, if you are in the game and you're like, let's get this deck, maybe look at some recent regionals and look at maybe possibly picking up one of those decks. Mainly because this one's top third, so it's not the best, but it's a really good card as well. So, this deck is Zorark Banette. I play 4 Zoruas, and the only reason the Zoruas in there are so you can evolve into 4 Zorarks. I play 2 Shuppets, so you can evolve into 2 Banettas. And I play 2 more, then I play 2 Tapu Lele's. This is the lineup of the deck. You do not switch this around. If you are going to change the deck, if you remove one of these, you need to add another one of these. Or you can, but these are the main guys of your deck. And I'll show you if we ever get to the game why that is. I'm sorry if there's a little bit of glare, but yeah, I'm trying to keep an eye on everything. So, yeah, the reason you have the Zorark in here is mainly for his righteous speeding, which is 20 times every one of your Pokemon. So it's a total if you have full bench, which you normally will have, of 120. Then it also has its trade ability, which is really good, especially with this guy, which I'll get to next. You discard a card from your hand and draw 2 cards. Well, the reason that's good is you normally will have two of those on the bench. So you can discard a total of 3 supported cards per turn with your included play of 1, because you normally can only play 1 supported card per turn. So you get 3 in the discard, which sets up with this guy. Let me just see if I can get a good. I don't think you can read it there. You might be able to. You can pause the video and read it. I don't think you can. But he does Shadow Chant, which is 30 plus 10 for each of your support cards in your discard. Sadly, it has a maximum of 100, so total you can do is 130, which is 1 more than this guy, but we'll get to why they hit the exact same. And this guy's a little bit on the worse side. But then he also has Shade Move, which is okay. It's only, you move 1 damage counter from any of your Pokemon or any of their Pokemon to another one of your opponent's Pokemon, which can be pretty decent, but it's not the best. But then also I'm going to show you a couple more cards that get you a little bit, 10 damage here, 10 damage there. That can actually end up being a game changer. Because it might take one of your Pokemon from being in knockout range, now they have to figure out another answer to it. This is really good because it gets you supporters, which you need to discard from here, or play, to get in your graveyard, so this guy does more damage. Then we have a couple more Pokemon. These are the Pokemon that, if you're going to remove Pokemon from your deck, if you're like, let's edit this, these are the Pokemon you normally will remove. It's 1 Buzzwole, 1 Slugma, 1 Mercago, 1 Trubbish, 1 Garbodor, and 1 Tapu Koko. These are normally what we call them, like, Tackins. I think I'm using the correct term. Basically, they're not in every deck. They change, they basically changed on the format as well. But I'll go from this side to this side. This guy is really good because there's a lot of these Zorark decks around. What it says is it says Sledgehammer. It does 30 plus. It does 30 plus. It does plus 90 damage. So it does 120 if if your opponent has exactly 4 prize cards remaining, which is really good. Because that basically means you've taken out one of these guys, which normally you have up, so you can do an easy, like, let's play this, and sledgehammer for the knockout to this guy, because it does 120 times 2, because he's weak, 240 for the knockout. You take 2 prize cards. It's pretty easy. So that's why that guy's in there. You can also change it out for, I've seen a couple other cards. But yeah. There's also a select more cargo line. The select more does nothing. It's just how you get to more cargo. Sorry. There. I don't pay attention to any of the league stuff on it. It doesn't make it special. Smooth over. Once you're in your turn, before you attack, you may search your card for. You may search your deck for a card. Don't reveal it. Show your deck, and then put that card on top, which helps because then you're gonna set up your draw for this guy. You only do it once per turn, but still that's pretty good. Then you have Garbodor. There's 3 different types of training cards: supporter, item, and stadium. I'll get to that a little bit more in depth, but you only can play one stadium, one supporter, but as many items as you want per turn. This guy says deal 20 times for 1 energy. Deal 20 times the amount of item cards in your opponent's discard pile. Which basically says, hey, I see you got it ramped really quick. Let me just bring this up and take you out. Then we also got Tapu Koko, which is Fly and Flip. It does 20 to every one of your opponent's Pokemon, which is pretty decent. But the main reason you have it in here is for its fruit tree. So normally, like this guy, you'd bring him up, and to retreat him, you'd have to pay 2. Unless you have a card that says you can free retreat him, which there's not that many left in this format. Tapu Koko has a free retreat, so you don't care about that. So it lets you, especially with this deck's low energy cost, you don't worry about energy. So that was the Pokemon lineup here. And I feel like I'm going to have to cut a little bit out of this, but to make it good for people. But what, the main reason I'm doing this is because after this, I'm going to show you me cracking open. It's going to be a lot louder because there's going to be me doing it at, it's going to be me doing it at Myrtle Beach Games up in Sauk City. I don't have the address on hand, but just search that up. It's a pretty nice place, and they're going to do a pre-release, which is basically you get a deck, you get a couple packs, and you open them. That's your deck for the day. You get to keep all the cards. It's $20 more than a normal day, but it's really great to start, and it's going to happen here soon. So by the time this video comes out, it'll already have been done. But my next video that comes out will be me cracking open that. It's probably going to be a lot louder than this, because right now I'm sitting at my house alone. There, I'm going to be there with 20, 30 people trying to do this. So, here's my training card lineup. I play 3 Devourer Fields. Crap. Oh, okay. It just turned off. My battery's running low, so I'm probably going to have to pause this video, maybe run it over, but I'll figure it out until it maybe dies. But that's just a stadium card lineup. The reason you play this stadium, this is to even out the reason why Banette might be able to hit more than Zorark. Zorark and Banette now hit the same if this is in play. The way these work is you put them in play, and they stay in play until somebody else gets rid of it. There's like a couple cards that get rid of it, or somebody plays another stadium over top of it that's not the same card. And normally if it's the same card in this format, it's like, okay, fine. But then what you do is you sit there and like, okay, I'm going to play Devoured Field. And my Dark and Dragon types do 10 more damage, which means my Zorark does 10 more damage, which means now it's in 130. And then there's a couple more cards that can boost damage. It can hit up to 180, which one-shots one of the biggest decks in this format right now, called Rayquaza GX. But we'll get to that later. That's not that important. This is a deck list about this. Then, now to get my supporter cards, I played 2 Ace Rollers. Ace Roller lets you pick up a damaged Pokemon, which is pretty good. 3 Guzma. Guzma lets you choose an opponent's bench Pokemon, bring it to the active, and you bring one of your bench Pokemon to the active, which helps with this guy. So you're like, I'm going to take out that guy that you just retreat. I'm going to bring this guy, retreat him back into the guy who had active. Then we play, I just recently changed this. It used to be one of, but it's too good. 2 Professor Kikuis. What it does is you draw 2 cards, which can help if you don't have a Zorark up. Just then you can slug them up. 4 Zorark, evolve it, and then attack. But then if you can get this card out, then your Pokemon do 20 more damage, which then lets these guys be doing 150. I think I just moved my map, so hopefully it didn't mess up a lot. Which is really strong. Then we got Cynthia's. You shuffle your hand and draw 6. They are more or less for draw support, which is, there's a pretty common saying. And I think it doesn't necessarily come from Pokemon, but it comes from Magic. It's another card game. Don't pay attention to that name. But the saying is, deck thinning is deck winning. Basically meaning, the more you can turn through your deck, the more you can get to the bottom cards of your deck, the easier it will be to win. Because then you'll have access to everything, instead of just 7 cards of the deck. So then we played 2 Lilies. The Lilies are in there for... especially the first turn Lily to draw 8. Normally you'll draw 6, but if it's your first turn you draw 8, which is pretty powerful. But you draw until you have 6 cards, until you have 8 cards, depending on what turn it is. I'm going to clear this off because I don't got a lot of room. Let me just look, what's my phone at? Okay, my phone's good and I'm at good timing. So that's my support card lineup. Sadly, for some reason, I only play 6, 8. How many do I play? I play 2, 6, 8, 10, 13 item cards. With 13 supporter cards, it gives me 3 more. So normally when I have that guy fully powered up, I only have 3 more in my deck. But normally by that, I can win within the next 3 turns. And there's not like a thing of, if you don't play a supporter for turn, you lose the game. No. But then I play 4 Ultra Balls. Ultra Ball lets you discard 2 cards. You can discard more supporter cards. And you go for Pokemon in your deck, which is really good. And it's any Pokemon, not like this next card. Nest Ball. You search your deck for a base Pokemon and put it in play. So you can't even search and discard that Pokemon. You have to search and put it into play immediately. Which is a little bit annoying, but that's how stuff works in this game. But it's really good, especially that's an item card. So you can play 4 of those first turn, and now you have a loaded bench. 4 of those, 1 of these, and you have a loaded bench, plus your active Pokemon. Then we play Timer Ball. Timer Ball is to get your evolutionary Pokemon. You flip 2 coins, which in this game you roll a dice. You roll a dice, the reason it says flip 2 coins is it used to be you flip coins, now it's like, tournament-wise, you need to roll dice because it keeps people from being able to cheat with the flip coin. But for each heads you roll, so for each evens you rolled, you search your deck for an evolutionary Pokemon, reveal it, and put it into your hand. Which is really good, especially if you get 4 out of all these. Then you have a loaded evolutionary lineup, and it gets crazy from there. Then, here's how you can hit 180 with everything. Combined with the Tapu Koko, combined with the, if you need it, the Devoured Field. We have 3 Choice Bands. Choice Band says, the attacks of the Pokemon this card is attached to do 30 more damage to opponent's active Pokemon EX and GX. In this format, everyone has Pokemon EX and GX. EX is out of the format actually now, but GX is still big. The reason it printed is because there's another format called Expanded, which then we get out of this video. What it does is it lets you do 30 more damage. That means you do 180 with the Zorark and the Banette, I'm speaking a little fast because I'm looking at the time recorder. I'm up to like 15 minutes now. I want to get through this deck. Then we play 2 weakness policies. The reason we play 2 weakness policies is because weakness, weakness does double damage. So it keeps people from like sledgehammer my Zorark and take him out. It keeps people from being able to ride his speed in for just 120 and take out my Banette because it's weak to dark. That's the main reason why you play it. Then we play 1 Rescue Stretcher. Rescue Stretcher is really good because you get Pokemon from a discard in your hand, or you get a Shuffle 3, which there's no problem with Shuffle 3 because then you have the Swing Over, which lets you get more Pokemon back, and it's just, this deck's all about get things in your graveyard and then pull it back, because I didn't actually talk about the Banette GX, but the Banette GX says you only use 1 GX per game, but there's only 1 in here that's worth using. It's 2 month GX. Put 3 cards from your discard pile into your hand, which is really good. So, yeah, it's all about manipulating. Let's dump a ton, get them back when we need them. Basically, more or less using your discard pile as more or less of a holding facility. But it's a little bit harder. So that's this lineup. Oh, I forgot to say, there also are, these are like item cards. You play them, they go on your discard. Support cards, you play them, they go on your discard. Game cards, they stay on the board. These are Pokemon tool cards. So you attach them to a specific Pokemon. Pokemon can only have 1 of these on it. That's generally it. But then when the Pokemon dies, it goes to your discard. So it doesn't immediately go in your discard, but it does at some point go in your discard. And I might end up recording a video of me teaching people how to play this game. If anyone would ever want that. Then we're going into energy, so I'm getting down to this many cards. Don't worry, I'm getting down to the end. I have 4 DCs, 3 Rainbow Energies, and 1 of these guys. So the DCs are really good because there's a lot of things in this deck that uses, basically it either uses 1 drop energies, or it uses 2, but it's not 2 of 2 types, it's normally 2 of colorless. This thing lets you attach and it provides 2 colorless, which is great. The reason you play Rainbow Energy is because it deals 10 damage to your Pokemon, which with Shady Move is not a problem. Then it lets you choose any energy and put it on it. So that lets you, even if you want to, you can attach 2 and do this guy's Electro Ball, which why would you ever do that? It lets you do this guy's Trash Slanch. It lets you, if you wanted to, but it's a horrible idea, get this guy out with Combustion. Or get this guy out and do Sledgehammer. That's generally it. It also lets Banette attack, which is good. But this card also lets Banette attack. It's a Psychic Energy, so these guys can get discarded away. This rarely ever gets discarded away. But it's put in for the same reason you put these in. It's more or less just a base thing that's harder to get away. But yeah, that's this deck. So I will quickly put out the deck in case anyone ever wants to build it. I'm just moving that. Sorry, this is a really bad quality. It is just, the reason it's really bad quality is because I decided to do this 2 hours ago. So it's not going to be the best quality. I'm using my phone on a box. Like, give me a break, please. So 4 Zorarks. 2 shopping. 2 of these. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. I have to push it a little bit off the mat, which hopefully everyone will be fine with if they're watching this. Probably, if you're not fine with it, you probably clicked off the video already. Can I see? Yeah, you can. So I'm gonna move back a little bit. Time ball, ultra balls, mass balls, let's stretches. What did I do? I hate to do this, but I guess I'm gonna have to kind of shift things together a little bit more. Get 4 DCs, 3 rainbows, and 1. But that's the necklace, so pause the video now if you want to get it. It's gonna be a little bit confusing, but yeah, that's the deck.